Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. Okay, let's start with a little time and temperature check. So there's some order to this vlog today because the last couple days it has been like shoo, 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 shoo. It's been like all over the place. Okay, I can't look at the weather on my phone right now because I'm uploading a video. Where are my reading glasses? Oh, did I not bring my reading glasses out here? Shoot. That's usually the first thing I make sure I have. Okay, it is currently 4:50 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. I have 11 minutes of this drama video left, and then it will be done. But I did look at the temperature right before I came out here, because it is much colder today than it was yesterday. It is 38 degrees today. Look, I wore a little pop of color for y'all today. I actually talked about it in my drama video. So I just had this little boring gray t-shirt on, and then I went in my closet and I was like, which t-shirt should I pull out, or which shirt should I pull out just to put over this? And so I brought this one out. It's one of my favorite little thrifts from back in the, it's like probably 15 years old. Anyway, so I was like, on my vlog, I think I said this on there. Did I say it on my drama video? I said something about like, I try to like pick a pop of color out because people like when I wear like a little bit of color in my videos. But anyway, what's funny about this shirt is, do you guys remember like I'm sure I vlogged about it, like 2 years ago, it was around Christmas time when Fufu and Jesse were in town, because you know they come back, you know, every 2 years for Christmas. So they were in town like 2 years ago for Christmas, and Alex and I, Carlos and Liliana, they're friends that are the brothers, and then Liliana had a friend that was visiting. I just found out she's now living in Brazil, but she came to visit them for a week. Anyway, she was visiting for a while, and I just actually found out. I said, Liliana, how did you meet her? Because we were talking, because I love this woman. So I met her that night, and she was staying with Carlos and Liliana, this friend of Liliana's. She was like, I met her when I was 15, and we were working at, I think she said Kentucky Fried Chicken. It was either Kentucky Fried Chicken or Wendy's. And I said, in Venezuela, I think it was Wendy's. She said, it was Wendy's, because I asked her about the hair, Wendy's hair. And she was like, yeah, I met her. We were both working at Wendy's when we were 15 years old. I said, you've known her since you were 15? She's like, yeah. So anyway, but then Jesse and Fufu were in town, and we all went to this club here, this Latino nightclub called Asteria, which is so much fun. And Alex and I showed up, and I had this shirt on, and Fufu had a shirt on that was like almost identical to it. And Jesse said, I think Jesse said something about it. And I said, Fufu, I said, where did you get that shirt? Because I thrifted this shirt. And he was like, I think he said he thrifted it too, or something like that. But anyway, we had like almost, it wasn't identical, but it was almost identical. But every time I wear this shirt, I always think of Fufu. So anyway, I wore a little pop of color for you guys today. I actually wore it in my other 2 videos that I filmed. I know it's Saturday and I filmed videos today. I kind of miss filming on the weekends. I've been taking Saturdays and Sundays off forever now, but I've kind of missed it. And I woke up today, and when I got up, took the dogs out for a long time, met my new one of the neighbors today. It's husband and wife. I met the husband today. Very, very nice. We'll get to that in just a second, but I'll have to meet the wife before I come up with a nickname for them first. He was super nice. And he met the neighbor on the other side too, because she came out with her dogs. And so I was like, have you met? So I was talking to him, and then she came out, and I said, have you met her? He's like, no. And so I introduced them. But anyway, we'll talk about that in just a second. Because somebody asked me about like neighbors that have watched my videos, like before they move into the neighborhood. It's so funny, like I'll talk about something in a video, and then I get a question about what I talked about in that video. I'm like, did you guys not watch my videos? You have to watch the whole video, because I might answer your question. I literally had just talked about that in that video. But anyway, I thought the question was kind of funny. So I was like, well, that gives me something to talk about. But anyway, I'll respond to some comments too once this video is uploaded. But anyway, so Alex was like laying in bed looking at TikToks and stuff like that. I got up, took the dogs out, brought them back to bed. We slept in today. So we both got up about the same time, and we were just kind of laying there in bed with the dogs. The dogs were playing and being real sweet and stuff. And so I was like, what are you doing today? He's like, I'm just going to, like, you're looking at it. I'm just going to look at TikToks. And he actually, when I filmed my videos, I thought he went downstairs to watch TV. He called it mirroring. I don't know anything technological, but he put his phone on. You guys probably are like, Peter, that's how we watch your vlog every night. He put his phone on the TV, and he was watching TikTok on the TV, so he could have his AirPods like and watch it like on a big screen. Anyway, he is so sweet. He's like, do you want me to go downstairs so you can film? I said, well, I'm kind of in the mood to film a couple videos, and there was one video I definitely wanted to film today. I said, I can film downstairs though. He was like, no, I'll go downstairs. So he went downstairs, and I washed my face and brushed my teeth and, you know, put on this extravagant outfit for you guys. And then I filmed a drama video, and then I filmed a TV video. So the reason so I finished Heated Rivalry last night. I looked at my list of TV videos that I have to make. Okay, other than Sister Wives and 1,000-Pound Sisters, which are Mondays and Wednesdays, I have so many videos that I haven't done a recap or reaction to War of the Worlds, which I finished like 2 months ago. This is why I started looking at it last night. I think it was Emily. So yesterday on my TV channel, this is where I get like, I wanted to, before we get into this is my very first sip of coffee for the day. I forgot to take my allergy medicine late. I've had no coffee, and I have like this pounding headache. So your assignment, should you accept it, is to help me get my mind off my headache, and hopefully this cup of coffee will help. I've had no caffeine today yet. I know people come to my videos and they're like, you're a liar, you've had 10 cups of coffee. This is like me, like no caffeine and nothing. This is like, Anyway, I just made this, I was like, you need a strong cup of coffee. So I made a cup of the Cafe Bustelo. It's got 1 Splenda in it. Cheers. Okay. By the way, this is my all-time favorite cup. You can have them put on here with all kinds of different things, obviously, but I love this cup so much. This one, and then the little small one, the Papier and Corksicle one that I got at Sullivan's. Those are my 2 cups that I have next to my coffee maker, and I rinse them out, and then I wash them like every 3rd day. These are my 2 favorite cups that I always use. Anyway, somebody asked me recently if I have a mug warmer for like my ceramic cups, because I'm talking, that's too much. Listen, that is too much trouble, okay? I don't like coffee, like it's really, really hot right now. I like it just a little bit cooler than really, really hot. I don't like it lukewarm. I'll drink it if it's lukewarm, but I don't love it. I don't want a mug warmer. I've almost bought one so many times, but like it's one more thing. And if I say I have to plug it in, then somebody will be like, well, there's battery operated. I don't want a mug warmer. I just don't. I mean, if I got one, I would use it, or I would try to, because I feel bad. There's like boxes I haven't opened yet from the P.O. box. I'm going to do that on Monday or Tuesday. And I'm like, if there's a mug warmer in there, I'll feel bad about saying it. I mean, I would try to use it, maybe out here or something, but I'm not like, I can use these kind of cups. I do use the ceramic ones from time to time. Like if I'm sitting there and I'm like watching a cozy show, or, you know what it usually is? This is how cheesy I am. Like the other night, like that blue and white, like China, you know what I'm talking about? That like people collect and stuff. I mean, sometimes it's real expensive, sometimes it's real cheap. My Aunt Kathy had tons of it. We have like, Caroline didn't want any of it. So we have most of it like in our garage, just sitting up on this wall over there, like these flower pots and stuff. I loved it. My Aunt Kathy had so much of it. Well, a couple of years ago on Amazon, I bought like 4 matching coffee cups. They're small. But you know what I'm talking about, that blue and white like China. It's like, anyway. I ended up keeping, I think, like when I went through my coffee cups, it's not like I'm having a dinner party for 4 people. Like, it's just not going to happen, right? So, we do have, like, settings in case we ever have a dinner party, and like 4 white coffee mugs and stuff like that. But that's just, we don't host dinner parties. So, but I think out of that set, I ended up keeping 2, and then I ended up just keeping 1 because I'm the only one that uses it. And so I think I went through all my coffee mugs and donated a bunch of them to Goodwill, got rid of a bunch of them. But the other night, I was watching, I think it was an episode of Vera, and somebody was drinking out of one of those coffee cups. So I did make coffee out of that cup. I'm so cheesy like that. Like, if I'm going on vacation, I like to read books that take place where I'm going on vacation. So I like, if I'm in Florida, I'll read a Dexter book because they take place in Florida. And I like to, like, if people are like, that's how I think I got started on the London Fogs. Like, if they're drinking tea in one of my British shows, I usually skip the coffee that night, and I drink Earl Grey tea with cream. And cream, I don't put honey in it anymore. Sometimes. It just is kind of messy. When you're trying to make listen, honey, the land, when you have 2 dogs, and you're just taking them out, you're trying to make a cup of, you know, whatever, it's just easier to put a sugar supplement in it than it is to, like, squeeze the honey out of the jar, and then your hands are sticky, you have to wash. You know, it's just a whole thing. So anyway, what was I saying now? How did this all start? About the coffee cups. Oh, this is one of my favorite coffee cups. Okay, so let's get back to what I was talking about, which was Heated Rivalry. First of all, I have my gloves because it is kind of cold out here today. It's a little windy, too. Not too windy, but a little bit. Did I not bring my lighter? I did. Let's light the candles. This is the I Still Hot and Still Sober that Tawny gave me. This one is burning. I didn't bring my this is the, you just go like that. There, trimmed wick. This candle that Tanya got me is burning really slow. The hot, it smells like kind of like lavender, like spa. It doesn't have a really strong hot throw, but the cold throw in it's pretty good. Okay, and then this is the banana. Puddin' palm. Somebody yesterday commented on my video that I was like, what smells like banana? And they were cutting a banana and they like looked up. I loved that comment so much. Okay, look, trim that wick too. That's like that's the cheater's way of trimming a candle. I know somebody so serious is gonna be like, Peter, you should never do that to your candles. Well, I did. And it's burning. Okay. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, you know, stuff that I would have handled like 10 years ago and how I would handle it today are so completely different. Like fuck ups and mistakes you make. I mean, today I'd just be like, yeah, I fucked up. Like, and I've learned from it, and I don't know, like, you know, I don't know, like back in the day it was like, what do you know what I mean? Like today I'd just be like, yeah, I fucked up. It's just, it is what it is, you know. We all fuck up sometimes in life. So if I'm not supposed to do that to the candles, well, I did. I did. I had this friend of mine back in the day. Oh my God. It's my friend that, so she and I had the same birthday. It's like, but she's a year younger than me. And we were like really good friends in high school. She lives in Portland, Oregon now. And totally, like she's paints murals. She's actually worked on like movies. She worked on a Gus Van Sant movie. She paints murals. She like does people's houses and stuff like that. She's a really cool job. But anyway, cool gal. Very beatnik and not so much hippie-ish anymore, more beatnik. But anyway, kind of like just real artsy. She has real long red hair and she always like wears it up like in a messy bun. She's so cool. I love her. But anyway, her dad was my botany teacher in high school. She had her last name was real unique, and so like when I met her and we became friends, she played clarinet, and I was in orchestra in high school, and she played clarinet, and so that's how and she played saxophone, and that's how we became friends. Isn't that just cool that she I mean, she plays saxophone like in bars and stuff like that. She's just a cool girl. But cool girl. She's a year younger. She's 52. Anyway, but what was I going to say about her? She lives in Portland, Oregon. What was I talking about? Oh, the incense. So, how am I remembering stuff today? My memory must be on cute. I'm not even... What did they tell you to take that ginkgo? Does that really work? I don't know. I took it sometimes and then I didn't really feel like my memory was coming back. But that thing that my old roommate used to tell me, about like if you wiggle your toes, it sets off neurons in your brain and you'll remember stuff. Like that really, I think it does work. I don't know, but I think it does. Anyway, so... one time I went to go blow out incense in my apartment or something like that, and she was like, no, you don't blow out incense. I always remember this. She's like, you don't ever blow out incense. You always like wave it out. She's like, if you blow it out, it burns the spirit of the incense. Is that like a thing? I don't know, but she told me that. You like have to wave out the incense. You don't blow it out. My mom was really weird too. Like my mom was so weird about fire. Very weird about fire. And she'd always talk about, like, oh my God, every time she'd sit over at my aunt and uncle's house, she'd always be like, your Aunt Kathy, like do you remember people used to do this stuff? My Aunt Kathy, well, she didn't smoke for like the last 10, 20 years of her life. But my mom would say, your Aunt Kathy fell asleep again in bed last night holding a cigarette. She would tell me that like every weekend. So my mom, like on the weekends that I was with my dad, she would go stay with my aunt and uncle a lot. So when you went into, Caroline was just talking about this bedroom the other day. She's like, do you remember my dad would go in there and like take a nap? So when you went, here's the entryway to this huge living room in their house. And then to the left was like the kitchen, another living room, and the dining room. To the right was this hallway that there was like a bathroom, this big bathroom that was Caroline's bathroom. Straight ahead was Caroline's bedroom with this like walk-in closet and stuff. And then to the left was like the master suite, which had this huge it had two huge walk-in closets, which my uncle turned into like the first one. It was like a room. This house sounds like it's extravagant. It wasn't. But it was like very few rooms, but like it was one story. Caroline, we just drove by it the other day because Caroline always wants to drive by her old house. So anyway, he ended up turning that first closet into an office. Well, when you walked past there, they had this big screen TV, and they got bigger ones as the years went on. So it was like in the corner of the room. And then my aunt and uncle's bed, it was like king-size bed. The house was so cool. It was set up like this, you know, like, and then the bedroom and the living room and the main living room overlooked this courtyard where they had like all this wrought iron furniture and then this huge backyard. So like their bedroom, like you walked right out into this, you could walk, so it had like a sliding glass door. So anyway, the bedroom was there, and then they had this couch, this like little white wicker couch with a table. So my uncle and aunt would sit in the bed and like have a drink and like, you know, watch whatever, they would pick a movie to watch. And my mom, who would stay in like Caroline's room, or like, Caroline had this like day bed in her room. So sometimes like my mom would sleep in there when Caroline was there. Caroline ended up moving to the basement, and that kind of became my mom's room. Okay, so anyway, they redid the whole basement for Caroline to have like when she was in high school. To have her like suite in her basement, because she was special. So anyway, so I can remember I had like peach carpet and everything. That was like her birthday present. The whole basement was redone for Caroline's bedroom. Anyway, so my mom would sit on this like white wicker couch and watch the TV, and then my aunt and uncle would be like in bed, and my mom would like just go. I can remember when we would stay over there, she'd like, I could see her go to the kitchen and get like another beer and come back, and so they would watch a movie. Well, my mom would sit at the table and like smoke and have beers. My mom was a big beer drinker, and she loved like gin and tonics, vodka tonics too, but my mom loved beer. Wine, because it was cheap, and she loved beer. So, and they always had their fridge stocked with beer. And so anyway, they'd be sitting there watching a movie, and my uncle and my mom would be like talking about it while they were watching a movie, and she'd look over, and my aunt would be like this, asleep in bed, and the cigarette would be burning. And my mom would like freak out. I think they had like some kind of house fire or something, like when, oh, the video's done. I think they had some kind of like house fire or something. Something happened, because my mom was always very, very freaky about fires. And let me make sure this is done before I go out of it. Okay. My mom was always really, really freaky about fires. And so candles, I still have them. I was looking in this. So I have this drawer that has matches and candle lighters and all this kind of stuff in it. And I still have like 2 of them. One's a brass one. Hold on a second. Hold on, I'm telling Mel I'll vlog and I'll text her afterwards. So she just finished watching. There's 3 episodes of Traitors out. Alex and I watched them last night. There's a secret traitor on. If you haven't watched it, I won't tell you any more than that. But there's a whole spin on the show this year, and it's a secret traitor. It's genius, kinda, but it's really fun to watch. But you find out who the person is, and Mel just found out who it was, and she's like, "Oh my god!" But anyway, you don't find out for a couple episodes. But anyway, it's really good. This season's really good. Of Traitors. We watched all 3 episodes last night. I was getting so tired by the 3rd episode, and I said, "Babe, I don't know that." He goes, "We're watching the 3rd episode. You're not," because you can go take a nap. So I ended up taking a nap last night super late. It was like from 12 to 1. I took a nap. Because I walked and did all this stuff. And so we had to watch Traitors. So I took my nap from like 12 to 1 last night. But anyway, still watched my shows. Still got my shows watched. Anyway. Okay. My mom would always put out candles. Is it so cold you can see my breath, or is that just because of the coffee? Look, you can see the steam of the coffee. Why do I love that so much? It reminds me of my mom. My mom would like do this or hold a coffee mug and then be like, "Isn't that," she put it on my cheek and she'd be like, "Isn't that so warm?" Oh, hold on a second. I have this display brightness turned on, so I'm uploading the video. So I turned the display brightness on to turn off never. Laura was leaving. I wonder if she came back. So I'm going to tell her that I met the neighbor. But this is pool crew lady husband number 1. My mom always put out candles with those candle things. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a hood that you put over like the candle wick and then it blows. My mom would always do that. She would never blow out a candle. No, she'd be like, "Don't blow out that candle. Use the candle." What was that called? The candle? I don't know what that's called. It's like, you know, the long metal stick. And then my mom would like, she was so weird about it. She loved to have fires, but she was very weird about the fire in the fireplace. You guys know I have not had a fire in the fireplace. People keep on saying it. I keep on forgetting to get like Duraflame logs or whatever they're called and some firewood. So Alex is going out of town next weekend for this cabin weekend. Well, they're leaving like late on Friday and they're coming back real early on Sunday, so it's really like a day and a half, but whatever. I'm kind of excited to have the house to myself a little bit, if you want to know the truth. So Caroline is gone. She leaves tonight for her girls' cruise. I asked her, I was like, "What's Mike doing this weekend?" He's like, "I think he's doing something with David and his girlfriend, like 2 nights having dinner," but like she's like, "He'll just watch sports all week long." I was like, "Okay." He watches Sports Center like 24 hours a day. But anyway, she's like, I was like, "Does he wish he was going on the cruise?" And she was like, "No, he hates cruises." So Caroline's so funny. So she was texting me earlier today. Their flight leaves, I think, at like 6 or something tonight. But anyway, So she's real excited about her cruise. But we're not doing Cousin Fun Day this week. And so I was like, okay, between now, I gotta go. I'm almost out of Cafe Bustelo coffee. I've got to get some more of that. Well, not all of them, but the main one that I like. And I want to get some things to have around the house for when he's gone next weekend for basically 2 nights. And he is out of mozzarella sticks. So we'll probably go to the grocery store tomorrow. I don't know. I might film some videos tomorrow as well. But I got to figure that out. Next weekend is going to be like reading, watching TV. It's going to be basically, but I can take a nap whenever I want. I mean, if I want to take a nap at 3 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning and then get up and sleep, and I can do that. You know what I mean? The dog's waking me up now if they have to go outside and go potty. So we're there. Oh, somebody asked me the other night, or in the vlog, they said, when are the dogs going to start sleeping in bed with you guys? The dogs, like, they take naps and stuff with us and sleep with us, and I bring them up in the morning and whatever. I was asking Alex. Alex said that, like, every once in a while with Boo and Tucker, they would sleep with us, but they didn't really start sleeping with us regularly, like, every night, until PP passed away. I kind of didn't remember that. And then when we were talking about it one night, he's like, yeah, they would sleep with us every once in a while. Don't you remember? Because like Tucker and PP would fall asleep at the end of the bed. He was like, but that was like the last year or two before they liked their house. So it's really important for us that we crate train the dogs so that they like it. And they're really liking their house now. Like when I say house, like at the end of the night, like Walter runs down. I mean, he loves going to his house. Otis goes down there by himself all the time. We just want to get them really, really comfortable in their house. They're also not, I don't know that, like, they know, they don't ever, it's really interesting, they never potty in their house. But I don't know that they could make it through, like, 6 or 7 hours in the bed, potty trained yet. I think Otis probably could, but I don't know about Walter. So we're just going to keep doing it for a while, and we're, like, lengthening the naps and stuff like that. So that's why they're not sleeping in bed with us yet. Yeah, that's really just, you know, like, I mean, Alex is like, they can sleep with us if you want to. If they pee the bed, you're going to clean it up. So I'm like, okay. I didn't really remember that. You know, like, Boo loved his house so much, and they're really, like, used to it. Like, it's like, you can tell it's their place down there. They, like, love it so much. But, yeah, I don't know. I might try next weekend, when Alex is out of town, to, like, have them sleep with me one night. I mean, you guys are only like 6 or 7 months old, so that's the other thing too. You know, like, I mean, I would love to have them day one sleep in bed with us, but I just don't want to clean the sheets and the bedding every single night because they have an accident. And it's not their fault. They can't help it. They're little puppies, right? Caroline and I were talking about it. Caroline has 2 crates on her floor because she has, you know, the dogs that sleep. She has, well, one of her dogs recently passed away, but she's got 2 dogs that she wants to get another dog. And they both have their crates on the floor. She said one will, and that she just leaves them open. One will sleep with her in bed and then get down during the middle of the night, go in his crate, and then Mabel comes up there and sleeps in bed with her, but she sleeps in her crate otherwise. And so she's like, they love their crates. I don't know, I'm a big believer in crate training. I just, like, our vet believes in it. Everybody that I've ever known crate trains their dogs. I don't know, it's just, and it really helps with that. But Caroline was saying, like, if they know not to go potty in their house all night long, then they already know not to go potty. They're having very few accidents, but I also take them out, like, all the time. Like, I take them out, like, every 45 minutes to an hour. And that's the longest that they wait, like, other than if they're in their house to sleep at night. And I always take, I mean, the first thing I do is take them out when I get up in the morning. And I take them out, and then I bring them back to bed, and then I take them out again. So they're not even in their house that long. And then, the last thing I do before I put them in there is take them outside. And they're outside for a while before they go to their house. So, like, make sure that they go. Otis will potty, like, 3 times, like, when I take him out for a little while. Walter, not so much. Walter gets real distracted outside. I mean, really, really distracted. I was like, what is that? The candles. Anyway, so today, I wasn't really, like, when I first got up, I was like, I don't know that I'm going to film. I'm so relaxed. And I told Alex, I said, I'm going to go downstairs and do my vlog for a second and get it done. This guy is running in a long sleeve t-shirt and shorts. It is way too cold for that. You know what? My neighbor came home and I never saw him pull in his driveway, but I do hear a car out there. This gal that lives 2 down from us, she has the most amazing cars. But her boyfriend drives, I was like, is Alex? I didn't see the garage go up. Her boyfriend drives the exact same car as Alex, the Jeep Wrangler. Anyway, So I got up. Okay, so this is what happened. So last night, yesterday on my TV channel, I did my top 15 shows of 2025. Okay, so I'm reading through the comments. I read all the comments on all of my videos across the board, okay? I don't respond to a lot of them. This is one of the reasons why I don't respond to a lot of comments, is that, like, I used to a lot, but, like, if it's somebody's birthday and I say happy birthday to somebody, but not to somebody else, my ears are getting cold. I'm gonna have to go get another hat in a second. Oh my God, I bought these 4 beanies, and I don't know if I like them or not. Should I try one of them out today on here? Well, in a second here, I'll go get one of the hats. But anyway, they were cheap. I got them on Amazon, $14.99. Because the other ones were like $33 each, and before I bought those, I was like, why don't you just try out these fisherman hats? They're okay. You guys will be like, they don't look any different than the other ones, is what you'll say. And I got a 4-pack, and it was like brown, gray, dark gray, black. They all look exactly the same. Anyway, I was going to show them in my haul, but maybe I'll put one on today and we'll see what we think. So anyway, I was looking through my comments on my TV channel, and okay, so here, let me show you. I keep a list of all the shows I watch. I also keep a list of all the true, I've shown you guys this before. So I keep a list of, like, all the true crime shows I watch. But it's not by year, it's just a list of all the true crime. And then next to it, I put the date that I watched it. But then a couple years ago, I started, like, here's my 2025 TV show watch list, okay? Like, the first show that I watched in 2025, finished in 2025, was season 3 of Heartstopper. The last show that I watched was Man on the Inside. I finished that on New Year's Eve, 12/31. Okay, but every once in a while, I watch so many shows and I shift in and out of my streaming thing. It was so funny because the other day, Caroline and I were talking about, I said, you know, people always ask me, like, why do you watch your shows on your iPad? Look at my hair, what a mess, I didn't take a shower. People always ask me, like, why do you watch your shows on an iPad and you don't watch them on the TV? And I really, to be honest with you, I don't really have a good answer to it. I just like to have my iPad right there. And I feel like with my reading glasses, I mean, if I was watching on the TV, I wouldn't have to watch it. But, like, I don't know how to maneuver the remote, like, as well as I do my iPad. And Caroline's like, I watch all my shows on my iPad too. And I said, I thought so. She goes, yeah. She's like, Mike always laughs at me. She's like, I have it sitting right in front of me. She's like, I know how I can stop it. I can pause it. She's like, it's easy to go in and out of things. I love my iPad. I love my iPad. Like, I use it every single day. I only use it to watch TV and play puzzles. Like, that's literally the only thing I use it. But like, if I go out of one show and into another one and I finish it, I sometimes forget to put the show on here. So, like, this list is not complete. Like, I mean, I have 163 shows on here. No, wait, 100. What did I do? I even messed up the list, the numbering of it. 163 shows. But there's probably 5 or 6 shows on here that I, like, forgot to put on the list. Does that make sense? Okay. So, like, a lot of times, so then I also keep my weekly TV list, okay? So, for example, like last night, okay, I have Heated Rivalry on here. I can take that off my list, okay? Like, I forgot to take it off my list. So sometimes I forget to do that, right? I usually go through there, like, once a week. Well, Emily last night, I think it was Emily. Thank you, Emily. Watched forever on all my channels, DMs me a lot and stuff like that. Hey, Emily, how are you? Emily commented on my Peter Watches TV channel. She said, I'm kind of surprised The Pit didn't make your top 15. And I read the comment and I was like, what? I mean, literally my #1 show of last year, #1 show was The Pit. Like, hands down. Like, it was the best show that I watched all of last year. And I was like, did I watch The Pit in 2024? Like, I really couldn't figure out why I hadn't put it on my list, because what I did was, I literally just went through my 2025 watch TV list, and I just added the shows that I remembered, like, that were standout shows to me. If The Pit had been on there, I would have added it to the list, 100%. It was the best show that I watched. I haven't started watching season 2 yet. I'm going to wait till all the episodes are out, because it's too binge-worthy for me to watch. It's killing me to have to wait, but I'm going to do that. So anyway, I was like, what is going on? Like, did I watch it? And I was like, you didn't watch it in 2024. Well, I remember right after it, I watched that show on Netflix called Pulse, because it was another medical drama. And I remember watching that in Mexico. So I was like, I think it was like a couple weeks before that I finished The Pit. So I looked on my thing, because it's all like in chronological order. And I was like, no, it's not on here. And I was like, I did not put The Pit on my watch TV shows of 2025. So thank you, Emily, for letting me know, because I didn't even know. I went in and I added it back on my list, but that was hands down my #1 show for 2025. So the problem is, okay, like when I go through, the camera stopped. I was going to go inside and get a hat, but I think I'm going to see how long I can make it, because I might have to get another battery too. So when I go through here, okay, like on here I already made my list for next week. Videos for the week 112. Okay, so I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, well I can take this one off. I have 9 drama videos that I can pick from, because this one I made today. Okay, one of them I might make tomorrow. Then I have 3, okay, take see, I don't update some of these lists sometimes. K-Pop Demons, off there because I did that movie. Then I have, on my TV channel, I haven't even added on here 1,000 Pound Sisters, so I need to do that. Okay. 1,000 Pound Sisters. My hands are getting really cold. So 1,000 Pound Sisters will be, I'll cover that on Wednesdays because it's on Tuesday night. I haven't done the Stranger Things finale. I haven't talked about The Bay. I haven't talked about After the Flood. I haven't talked about Celebrity Traders UK. I haven't talked about Malice. I haven't talked about Down Cemetery Road. I haven't talked about The Fall. I haven't finished 1,000 Pound Roomies, the last season. I have 2 episodes left. I haven't finished Welcome to Plathville, which I think we all very well know by now, okay? I wanted to do a video of my top 10 true crimes of 2025. Haven't done that video yet. I've got Plathville on here twice. Okay. War of the Worlds, I watched like 3 months ago. I finished that. Best shows of 2025. I was going to do my best streaming apps. Would anybody care about that? Probably not. Okay. So, last night when I was going through this list, I was like looking at this. I was like, you have so many shows. Like some of these shows, like I don't even like War of the Worlds. I watched. I still want to do a review of it because I thought it was so good. But like I don't remember it that well. The problem is if I don't turn around, like especially with like a true crime or a documentary, if I don't turn around like the next day and do a review to it, I'm not going to remember a lot. I'll remember the show. Like the other day in my top 15 shows, I said Jeremy Renner was in Untamed, and it was Eric Bana. And as soon as I like watched the video, I was watching part of the video back, I was like, it wasn't Jeremy Renner, it was Eric Bana. Alex and I were watching something the night before that had Jeremy Renner in it. What was it? Oh, it was the Knives Out movie, because I was like, it was that earlier in the week, so I was like, I love Jeremy Renner, so he was on my head. But anyway, in my head, I won't get things right if it's been a long time. And it's been a long time since I watched Untamed. So that's the problem. So last night when I finished Heated Rivalry, I was thinking through my list. I was like, okay, when am I going to do my Heated Rivalry review? Well, Monday is going to be my reaction to Sister Wives, because that's on Sunday. I have not done my 1,000 Pound Sisters reaction to the premiere yet. So I either have to do that tomorrow or Tuesday when 1,000 Pound Sisters like episode's on. And then Wednesday, I have to do 1,000 Pound Sisters again, which means that Thursday, I will get to Heated Rivalry. Well, that's 5 days from now. I'm probably not going to feel as strongly about it in 5 days as I did now. I watch so much TV. And I just started last night Unlocked Season 2 on HBO, and I loved the first season of it. So I was like, I might by Thursday be done with that show. So this is what happens when I get backed up with the TV shows. Like, people are like, why haven't you watched, or finished Welcome to Plathville yet? Because when I'm sitting here, I've got all these other shows that I'm finishing. It's like the last thing on my mind, in all honesty, and it's been out for so long that at this point I'm like, well, I can catch up with it whenever. It's kind of, it's not that I don't want to, it's just that I've gotten behind on it. So I was like, okay, today at least I do my Heated Rivalry thing, because I got to get it done. And also, like, the show came out, like, it started in November. It's getting a little dated at this point, right? So I was like, I need to do this. So I did that, and I did my drama video. And then I was going to do this unboxing, and I was like, I looked at the clock and it was like 4:30, and I was like, well, what time is it now? It wasn't, I don't know, maybe 4 o'clock. I was like, no, I just need to stop. Like, I just need to, so I was like, maybe tomorrow I'll do an unboxing, and I'll do like a movie video if we watch a movie or something tomorrow. But last night we got caught up on Trader, so all that we have to watch tonight is Beverly Hills. So I'll take a walk tonight. I was telling Mel this last night. Mel and I were texting a lot last night. I was like, I've got to finish this, these Alex Cross books. They're keeping me stuck in time to not finish anything else. She's already read the first book in our read-along, the Kathy Reichs book. She didn't love it, but she loved the character, she said. So she said she's excited to read more. And I did start Identical by Ellen Hopkins. I'm reading the paperback of it, which is the Band and Challenge book for January. But anyway, I got to get on some of these books. I'm tired of being stuck in the Alex Cross books. There's too many of it. So today, when I get done with this, well, it's still fairly early, so I'll take a walk. I gotta get my other videos up. I still have to make thumbnails for them. Make thumbnails, get those videos up, take my walk, listen to my audiobook. I don't know. We might order something bad tonight. I was thinking, like, as I was thinking pizza, but pizza doesn't really sound good to me. I've been, like, so on this, like, pasta thing lately. I don't know what it's about. Okay, I need to talk about this Unlocked show for a second. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Okay, well, this one takes place in Arizona. I don't even know how to pronounce the county that it's in. P-Roll County or something like that. I don't know. The way it looks and the way they pronounce it is completely different. But the first season, I think, took place in Louisiana. Or Alabama, I'm not sure. But it was basically, it's like a county jail. I think the first one was a county jail too, but it's like a hardcore county jail. It's men that are being transferred to prison, or they're waiting like their sentencing hearing. And so the first one was about how like they took like all of the correctional officers like out of the unit, and then they just got to run the unit. And like it was really to teach them like who could go back out in society. And like, anyway, I'm all for prison reform. It's like probably one of the things I feel really strongly about. I love this show. I don't know that I think this is the way. I mean, you're really asking a lot of people that are institutionally struck, or they have they're institutionalized. Their structure is based on institutionalization. Many of them have been to prison and jail many, many times, not to mention treatment facilities. There becomes an institutionalization that happens. It's one of the reasons why I felt so safe in treatment. Like, to ask somebody like that, run your own show, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of a setup for failure sometimes. I thought the first season was fantastic. Here's the thing about these shows. I am so attracted. Like, you know, I think it's funny, like, when people, like, part of what I was, like, attracted to is that, like, my husband's kind of, I mean, not, like, drugs and alcohol and, like, not illegal stuff, but, like, he'll kind of tell somebody off. Like, I mean, he's, you know, like, I can remember, I mean, he was a fighter in his youth and stuff like that, you know, like, I kind of like that bad boy element a little bit. I liked it a lot when I was using. I mean, I dated my fair share of dealers and bad boys. I liked them. I liked bad guys. I really did. When I watch this show, like, even the ones that are not, like, physically super attractive, I'm like, there's something kind of hot about some of these. I cannot watch these. It's why I like Love After Lockup. Like, even the ones that are, like, not super attractive sometimes. And the gals on there, like, I just want them to be my best friends. Like, I don't know. Like, Tanya and I talk about that a lot. Like, there's a part of you that never kind of loses that. Like, just that, I don't know, that, like, you know, like, always, like, being on the run. I mean, like, that mentality is always in your head. I mean, if you're sober, you'll know what I mean. Like, it's not like I want to go live that life again at all, but there's always a part of me that I think will always kind of be there in my head or something. I don't know, like, I can't explain it. Like, so I just made it through halfway through episode 1. There is this one guy in there. His name is Denimore or something like that, but Dunkirk or something. But he goes by the name AO. He's got like 2 braids on either side. And he is like lippy with the correctional officers, and he gets like put in maximum security. I know they're going to bring him back for this is before they've even like, they just are doing like going through, they're making them lay on the floor and stuff like that, and they're searching. These correctional officers are stupid, first of all. I mean, I worked in a treatment facility. We knew every place that people hid stuff in there, and we still didn't find stuff. But they just like they don't even go and look in the right places. Stuff's like they show it, like in the show, like stuff's hiding right out in sight, and they don't even find it and stuff. But anyway, I love these shows. I do. But this guy is like such a badass. I mean, he sits there and talks about how he like does this yoga and stuff like that. First of all, he is so good looking, okay? I don't know what it is. I know when I say that, you guys will be like, no, he's not. I'm like, oh, the last season that I watched, what was the guy? Because I say it a lot too. True story. Okay, that guy looked exactly like this guy that I dated back in the day. That sadly, he and his partner both passed away during the lockdown, you know, from that. But true story on that show, oh my God, he looked exactly like this guy that I dated back in the day. Loved this guy, he's so funny. So anyway, so this season got this AO guy. I've only met like 3 of them so far, but AO's one of them. He's got like 4 kids, and But he's talking about how, like, he's, like, run by anger, and, like, he read this book, and anger will, like, take you down every time, and it's, like, his biggest weakness is his anger and hatred. And then he's real honest, and he's like, yeah, I, like, went off in this correctional officer, and, like, they tased me, and I, like, got lippy with them, and so I got a year added onto my time, and all this kind of stuff. Well, everybody's being real good during, like, the search of the unit, except for AO. Like, he's going on. He's like, you motherfucker. I'm like, I live for this guy. Like, I live for him all day long. Like, this is some of my best friends in 12-step programs are to this day. Like, listen, I don't necessarily respect that, okay? But, like, some of my friends in recovery, like, I mean, like, Tanya and I ride with some badasses. We do. Like, I mean, I kind of, like, am so, like, I love that. I don't know. I was a little like that. But, I mean, I wasn't a fighter. I never was a fighter. But, man, I was, like Tanya, like, we used to watch, Tanya and I loved Mob Wives back in the day. And she'd always be like, you are so Dorita. She's like, you are so all bark and all no bark. Like, she'd always say, you are all bark and no bite. Because Dorita was all, you know. And I'd say, well, who are you? Who do you? Because Renee always fought everybody. I'd say, who are you? You think you're Renee? She'd be like, I'm Big Ange all day long. I just sit back and puff on my 100 cigarette. And I just pass judgment. Tanya really, truly is Big Ange. I love Big Ange so much. It makes me so sad. I love that show. Makes me so sad that Big Ange is gone. Oh my God, Mob Wives, there was no show like that. Did you guys ever watch that show back in the day? What's her name? Victoria Gotti. Gotti's daughter, and it was called Growing Up Gotti. I think that's what it was called. Did you guys ever watch that show back in the day? That was nuts, with her kids that all had that Jersey Shore hairdo. I think my old roommate, she wanted to be a Gotti. If she didn't follow the work tour and fall in love with a rock star, she wanted to be in the mob. Why do I have all these people that are obsessed with the mob? Mel is obsessed with the mob too. Mel loves to read anything to do with the mob. But my old roommate, the one that lives in Berlin, no, true story, she wanted to marry like a gangster. She wanted to marry somebody that was in the mob, straight up. She wanted her last name to be Gotti. Like, true story. Like, she would say that all the time. I kind of forgot about that. Would that have been when we lived together? Let me see when that show came out. Because I feel like she and I watched that show together. Was it called Growing Up Gotti? Do you remember Victoria Gotti? She kind of looked like, when I say this, somebody's going to be so pissed, but it's the truth. She kind of looked like Donatella Versace a little bit. She did. Do you remember her? Where's she at today? Is her name Growing Up Gotti? Growing Up, is that what it was called? Growing Up Gotti. Oh, it did pull it up. What year was it? 2004. Was she and I been living together then? No, we wouldn't have been living together then. Maybe I just watched it and thought about her. Where is she at now, Victoria Gotti? Oh, here she is. Tell me she don't look a little bit like Donatella Versace. I mean, come on now. Where is she at today? She is 63 years old. Victoria Gotti is an American writer and television personality known for being the daughter of Gambino crime family mafia boss John Gotti. Listen, I'm going to text Mel. Do we like... Oh, she said hi vlog because I told her I was vlogging. I'm going to say, do we like... She's so into the mob, Mel is. Do we like Victoria Gotti? She won't even know where this is coming from. It keeps on putting in here. Hold on a second. See, it keeps on auto-correcting. Gotti. Yes or no. Check yes or no. Okay, you do not ask Mel a question like this, or you know you're going to get straight up the truth. Like, she will tell you 100%. She'll be like, no, we can't fucking stand her. But she'll say something like that. Okay, I can't wait to see what her response is. She's going to be like, why are you asking me this? Anyway, she usually texts back. When we text, we like, Mel and I are like, toot. It's like the same. Tanya texts like one word. Like, Mel doesn't like to talk on the phone. She's not a phone talker person. I guess I'm like one of the only people she'll talk to on the phone. She doesn't like to talk on the phone. Nikki will talk on the phone, but we text and talk on the phone just equally. Tanya don't like to text at all. Like, I'll ask her, I'll like send her like a long text, like, oh my God, have you seen this show, Vera? It's so good, I'm on season 3. And and it'll be like those 3 dots are going for like 20 minutes. And then I'll be like, what is she texting? And it'll come through and she'll be like, no. And if Tanya texts me, it'll be like, you up? And then I'll just call her, because that's what she wants me to call her. Tanya and I always talk on the phone. We're not big texters. Tanya doesn't like to text. We send memes to each other like crazy on Instagram. But what did somebody else ask me on the vlog that I was going to talk about? The dogs not sleep in the bed yet. There was something else. I watched Heated Rivalry. Who was that kept on asking that? I think it was Alex. Hey, Alex. Kept on being like, are you going to finish? I finished Heated Rivalry. What was the other question I got? Oh, my neighbors. Oh, no, that wasn't it. Oh, okay, this was the thing that somebody said, oh, the battery just went to the halfway mark. I think I'm going to go inside and actually get a hat and then get the other battery. It's starting to get a little dark out here. But I'm going to get another battery and I'm going to get one of those, what I almost want to call it a goosebump hat. That'll crack somebody up. Why do I want to call it a goosebump hat? Where did that even come from in my mind? But they're these little beanies. I'll bring all 4 of them out. Well, I was going to show them in my haul, so I'll just bring one out. We'll see what we think. Okay, I'll be back. Whew. Honey, the land. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. Alex is finishing Spartacus. How long is that show? I thought he would be over with it years ago. Anyway, okay, I'm not sold on these hats. I like that it's like a smaller kind of hat. This is the hat. Now I kind of wish, so it was a pack of 4. So this is how they came, okay? It was a pack of 4 of these. So we're going to try this color because this is like navy blue. I like the hats. You can just tell they're real cheaply made, but they're okay. But this was the thing. They were $33 on this website. So I was like, well, what if I pay for $33 and I don't even like them? These were $14.99 on Amazon for a pack of 4. You can get them in all different colors. Red, green, yellow. I got these because these are the... I know, I should have probably got... Well, I thought, like, if... Okay, I have this screenshot on my phone. Listen, I got so many beanies, screenshots of beanies on my phone. I guess these are called beanies. I don't know. And I was on my phone. I look at this stuff forever before I buy it. I know people think I buy stuff like crazy, but I don't. I look at stuff like forever. I'm wanting to buy a new pair of walking shoes. So the kind that Alex got me were called Nike Flexes. They're fine. They're just like, I wear them almost every day. Them On Cloud shoes, they're cute. They were great for Ultra. They're not comfortable. I don't like them. Caroline loves hers. She didn't, and then she did, and now she's obsessed with them. The Aloes are real uncomfortable. The Hokas, I don't like, okay? So I was like, I'm going to buy another pair of these Nike Flexes. Well, they don't, or maybe they're called Nike Fits or something. I don't know. I have it written down on my phone. But I found a pair that were just black, and they're real tight on your foot, which is what I like. And so, like, if I stumble while I'm walking, like, it kind of like, it just feels like you're walking barefoot. I have them here. I'll tell you what they're called, because I have it listed in here somewhere. Well, you know what? I probably have a screenshot of the shoe. Hold on. How do you look stuff up? Okay. Look it up. Nike. Here it is. Those are from years ago. Look at these. I wanted these gold Air Maxes. Aren't those so pretty? I would probably not wear those today. Oh, here it is. Okay. Nike, they're called Nike Free. So these were on sale on Nike. They were $100. They were on sale for $85.97. I didn't buy them. These are the new walking shoes that I want. Now, I took this screenshot. Just look. Does it say? November 15th. And I have not bought those shoes yet. How many other shoes do I have on here? Screenshots of shoes. How many times did I screenshot those gold ones, my lord? Well, I screenshot these, and I ended up buying those, and I've never worn them. Anyway, so I screenshot stuff, and then I don't... Oh, wait. She texted me back, Victoria Gotti. Let's see what Mel said. I don't know much about her anymore. Why? I was just talking about her show on my vlog. It said, vlog always autocorrects to blog on here, which pisses me off. Okay. And haha always corrects to gaga. Vlog. P.S. Everyone, that's you guys, says hi back. Who's your favorite mobster? This will be interesting because we read The Iceman and she loved that book. It was a really good book. He was like, he killed this guy with getting eaten alive by rats. I remember at the beginning of that book. Anyway, okay, so I bought these. I thought as a trial. If I really liked them, then I buy the other ones. But when I put it on in the mirror, I was like, Peter, you look stupid in this hat. Anyway, so see, they're supposed to be a little bit tighter and a little bit smaller on your head. But now they feel like real small. Do we think this one looks better? That one looks stupider than the one I had on before. See, this is how you're supposed to kind of wear it, like this. They're one size fits all. Can I just tell you, I feel like this thing is about to... What is going on? I want to look cute in these hats so bad. This is why I didn't pay $33. Look at that hairdo. You know somebody's going to screenshot that and use it for something. Honey, take it. Take it all day long and use it to prove your point to the world. Okay, I can't burn that. Oh, this one, does it have a pattern or something on it? No, it's just wrinkles. Okay. Oh my God, these hats are so tight on my head. No, I can't do this. What is going on? It said on there, do you have an extra large hat? I don't think I do. My parents used to call me, if you missed the vlog where I shared the secret that my parents when I was a baby called me canoe head. These hats are such junk. I'm so over it. Look how tight that hat is. Who is wearing that hat? Nobody. Look, it's like... It's like condom hat. I'm not wearing these hats. I'm so pissed. I'll give them to somebody. Somebody that has a small head. Now I'm just going to freeze out here. Oh my Lord. Anyway, well, if you can't laugh at it, I know back in the day that pissed me off so bad. Now my head is cold. But that pissed me off so bad. Did she say who her favorite gangster is yet? She's thinking about it. Mel's always got to think about stuff. Girl, come through with the answer now. Oh, she did. Hold on. Fictional or real, she said. Girl, I said real. We can go back and forth like this all day long. So what was I saying? Oh, about the neighbors moving in. Okay, so somebody said on the vlog the other day, it's so funny because like I'll talk about something, like I'll say something like, the other day I talked all about my family in Fort Wayne and my aunt that I used to spend my summers with on the farm and stuff like that. And somebody commented on that video and said, do you ever see your dad's family? I'm like, I almost kind of feel like I'm being punked a little bit. No, I'm being serious about this. I'm kind of like, is this like a joke comment? Like, is somebody just trying to like get in a little bit? Because it seems repetitive to me, like in all honesty. So the other day I did this whole thing. I feel like, okay, like, I don't know if it's people that don't watch my vlog regularly, or, but am I getting punked? Like, I'm confused. Okay, so, girl, why are you thinking about it so long? Now I gotta put my gloves on, she's gonna come through with the text, right? Well, and then I'll forget to check the text messages. Okay, so, I shared this story this summer about and I just talked about it the other day on my new vlog, okay? And this was a vlog that somebody said, are you ever worried that somebody that moves into your neighborhood knows you from watching YouTube? I could give a shit. I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you work at the CVS, would you be worried that one of your customers moved into your neighborhood? It doesn't feel really a whole lot. Or if you work at a hospital, if one of your patients come, it doesn't feel any different to me, really. I mean, maybe it feels like because I share so much about it, but the thing about it is the neighborhood's older. Like, I mean, would I be worried about somebody that didn't like me moving in right down the street? Yeah, but like, you know what, like even when I encounter people, and it very rarely happens, like people won't say like, I fucking hate you. Like they'll come up to me and be like, you know what, like I love so-and-so and I don't agree with your stance on it, but you make me laugh. Like that's what usually people will say. Or they just don't come up and say anything to me at all and I don't even know who they are, you know what I mean? But everybody in my neighborhood that knows me knows that I make YouTube videos. First of all, let's make that very clear. The majority of them have asked to be in videos, okay? Like, Laura all the time's coming up with ideas of videos we need to do. She wanted me to do the whole video of us in the pool doing the summer. She wanted me to post that whole thing, okay? My neighbor across the street, the gardener, she loves being in the background. She don't want to be shown in no videos, but she loves being in the background in videos. Everybody in my neighborhood thinks they love it. They think it's so funny. And they joke about it when they walk by, and they all know they have nicknames. They all know their nicknames, you guys. Like, it's kind of a joke in the neighborhood. Like, there's everybody, like, it's so funny because, you know, like, the people are like, oh, we feel so sorry for Peter's neighbor. The neighbors love it, y'all. They love it. For a long time, I would ask them, like, I'm going to film. They don't care. They get a kick out of it. When I go to the pool, they're like, who are you talking about today? I'm like, you wouldn't know. And they're like, no, tell us who it is. And they get a kick out of it. They'll be like, recommend a TV show to us. What's something that you've watched? They think it's hilarious, you know? So, anyway, that for me is so hilarious when it's, anyway. But, so this summer, I think it was late this summer, this couple moved down there. I just was talking about this, I feel like yesterday in my vlog or the day before. When her grandma moved out, this new couple moved in, okay? And they had a lake house. I feel like I just said this, like, yesterday. And one of their friends at their lake house, or somebody that, like, I don't know, like, their housekeeper or something at their lake house, watched my videos. And so she was saying to them, I think this guy that I watch on YouTube lives in the neighborhood that you're moving into, because I think he's talking about the condo that you're moving into. Okay, so I'm out here with the dogs one day, and the husband drives by. And he was like, oh my God, he explained the whole story to me. And he was like, are you Peter? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, we started watching your vlogs. He explained the whole story to me, how they found my vlogs. They had just found them. Like, and that they were, they had just found them, and that it was because of this woman that they knew, and she watched. I don't know, whoever you are, thank you for, it was nice. But anyway, and they started watching them, and then they watched one, and then they were like, let's watch another one, let's watch another one. And so he was like, we were really excited to meet you. Well, I said, oh, well, whatever. And so he and I talked for a while, and he's like, I want you to meet my wife, and whatever. So then I didn't see him again, and then like the next day, or like a couple days later or something, they have houses all over the place, first of all. Okay, so they travel a lot. But the couple days later, I was out here, I think I was out here with the dogs, and she walked by with her dog. And I had seen her, like, I can't remember how the conversation started. Anyway, she has a gorgeous coat on. It was like this, like, pink furry coat. And we started talking, and I said, oh, you're the, okay. I said, you're so-and-so. I said her name. And she was like, yeah, we watched your videos. We think you're hilarious. We love your videos, your stories of the neighborhood. And I said, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Like, blah, blah, blah. She's like, no. She was like, you're great. We loved your, I said the same thing to him. He's like, oh my God, we loved you. We loved your personality, blah, 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 whatever. We were excited to meet you. We moved in here. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, blah, 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 whatever, which is what I usually say. And people are really always nice about it. So she was like, come down and see our condo, like what we've done to it. They had been working on it, maybe it was fall, because her grandma moved out this summer, and they had been working on the condo for like 2 months. So I was like, well, I think I put the dogs inside, and then I walked down there with her. It was a gorgeous condo. It was absolutely gorgeous. And she, like redid, like the flooring, the walls, the kitchen was gorgeous, the patio, I mean, the whole thing was redone. It's gorgeous. And she was like, go get Alex right. They knew who Alex was from my videos. She was like, go get Alex right now. I was like, I didn't want him to see it, because to be honest with you, like, he would be like, if they did this in 2 months, we can have our whole condo done in like 6 weeks. Like, there's no, the whole condo, they got redone. And she was like, we'll give you our contractor's name. So I got the contractor's name from her and stuff like that. Well, then they were leaving for Florida, because they have a place in Florida. She was like, you can come down anytime. I was like, oh my God, these are the best friends ever. And they have a lake house, and they have all this kind of stuff. They're super cool. And she had like, I don't know, she's just very artsy and very different, and we were talking, and she had just done some march, and she's just very cool, just very like-minded, and I love them. But anyway, I said to her something about when I was leaving, because she was like, don't forget to bring Alex down here. They're super, super nice. And I was like, okay, and so I said, I said, I'm embarrassed again, because we wouldn't have met, like, if we hadn't seen your YouTube videos and stuff like that. So, oh, that's Laura. I wanted to tell her about the new neighbors. So no, I don't really worry about it at all. I mean, like, usually when I meet people, they'll be like, what do you do? And I'll be like, I make YouTube videos. And they'll be like, oh, is that what you're doing on your front porch? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I thought you were doing like a podcast. A lot of people, when they walk by, they think I'm talking on the phone, like FaceTiming somebody. First of all, the other thing you have to understand is that, like, my neighbor across the street, like, she'll even say to me sometimes, like, I can hardly hear you over there. Like, when I'm just like, if I'm doing like a drama video out here, a little bit more probably with the flipping of the fan and whatever. But like, when I'm like sitting right here, like, this is kind of sheltered a little bit. Like, unless I shout across the street, like, she acts like she listens, but she'll be like, I really can't hear what you're saying over there when you're just talking normal tone. So she'll ask me, she'll be like, what were you talking about over there and stuff like that. People are real intrigued by it. There actually is, well, I don't know if she moved out of here, but on the other side by the back lake is a mom and both of her sons. They live in LA, and they're like, I don't know who they are. They're like, no, I think I did figure it out at one point, because somebody asked me if I knew them. This was like years ago. It was like when I first started on YouTube. I don't know if she lives in, anyway, they did like pranks, and they were doing like building some prank in her driveway or something like that. I mean, there's like family members. This is the other thing too, is there's like people in my neighborhood that live in this neighborhood that they're like family members or like famous people in the Midwest. It's like me doing a YouTube video. It's not like I have a huge following or anything anyway. It's not like real impressive. People are just like, they're more interested in like what I make the videos about. Like at the pool, they'll be like, is there any new TV shows to watch and stuff like that. They get a kick out of it. So no, I mean, like, if somebody moved in, like if they moved in next door and she was like, oh my God, I watch all your videos and I hate you. Like, I'd probably be like, okay, like, what is it you hate about me? You know what I mean? Like, and I probably explained it to her. It's just an opinion that I have. I mean, I think that most people you meet in life are not like crazy obsessive and hate somebody they don't meet online, they've never met online because of an opinion they have about, like, if you really, really hate somebody about an opinion that they have about a social media figure or a public figure or a celebrity that you're never going to meet, like, that's kind of bizarre that somebody's like real obsessive about that. You know what I mean? I probably would be a little bit more worried about my safety than them moving into the neighborhood. But that's not my experience with moving in with some. I mean, everybody's really nice. And so this is what I was going to say. When I do meet people, if they don't already know, like, they'll be like, who is this coming? Oh, it's my neighbor, the gardener. She always stops to wave at me, which is so sweet. If they don't already know, then it's like today when I met him, he was telling me what his wife did and all this kind of stuff and that they're retired and whatever. And he's like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I make YouTube videos. And he's like, oh, you do? He's like, that's interesting. And I was like, yeah. And so then that was when the neighbor came over. And he's like, we'll have to talk more about that later. He was like, because I'm real interested in that stuff. So anyway, that's kind of how it goes. It's never really like, you know, anything weird. But no, I don't worry about that. I don't know, like, the nickname thing, when I started doing that, I didn't really know what people would think about it, and then, well, I'll be honest with you, the people that have watched, like, my HOA videos and stuff, like, I think I said this the other day, they've actually said to me, like, you could go in so much harder than you do. Like, Laura said that to me. She's like, the fact that you I leave so much out about the HOA. Like, I could go in hard and tell you guys some stories that are just, like, ridiculous in this neighborhood. She's like, you're very protective of the neighborhood. Like, you're very protective of stuff that happens in here. Like, stuff has happened, like, people have passed away and whatever. I mean, I've never brought a lot of stuff up in here. Like, I'm very edited about that stuff. So no, I don't really, you know, worry about a neighbor moving in here. I don't know. I've never had anything like, you know, my mom, like, there were some people in here that she didn't get along with. I think also it had to do with my mom's age when she moved in here. I mean, my mom was like, so she got sober at 51, so she was 51 when she moved in here. And that was like one of those phases, like I was talking about the other day, when people were like kind of aging out a little bit. And I think that had a lot to do with like my mom. I was like, what is so cool? I have my rings on, I forgot. I think that had a lot to do with why my mom like didn't get along with some of the people in the neighborhood. I think they just saw her as like one of the younger people, you know? Like, I mean, people refer to me a lot as like, I mean, Alex doesn't go to the pool as much as me, so I know like a lot of people in the neighborhood. He interacts with a lot of the people in the neighborhood now. Laura definitely does. So they'll see them as like younger, but they definitely see Alex and I as a couple. So even though I obviously look a lot older than Alex, like they think of us as a couple. I don't think they think of us, like, I don't know, we've been here forever too. Like, we've been here, I mean, twice as long as most of the people in this neighborhood. We've lived here for 18 years, you know? Laura's lived here for a long time. Her grandma lived in here for 40 years. So it's like, people kind of look at that kind of stuff. I don't know, like, people are always like, when they refer to me, like, they'll be like, well, he's one of the young, like, if, like, somebody new moves in here, they'll be like, oh, this is Peter, he's one of the younger people in the neighborhood, which I always think is kind of strange, you know, because, like, everywhere else, I feel like one of the older people. So anyway, I was out here today with the dogs, met my neighbor next door, super, super nice. They're moving in this week, the end of this week, and she wasn't here, but he was here. They've been in and out. He's like, we're doing a lot of work. He's like, they're painting, they're doing some stuff and whatever, and they're super, super nice guy. Probably, I would say, well, they're like both retired, because he said that, I think that's what he said. I would say, I don't know, just a little bit, not too much older than me. Really, really nice. And so I was like, I haven't met your wife yet. And he was like, well, her name is, and he explained that all to me. And then he was like, oh, you'll really like her. And he was like, no, do you live alone? I was like, no, it's me and my husband, Alex. He's like, okay, Peter and Alex. And I was like, yeah. And so then I was talking, he's like, and I was asking him about like, are you guys retired? What do you do? He was like explaining that and why they moved in here, because their granddaughter, anyway, all this kind of stuff, and was telling me about his family, and super, super friendly. And then my neighbor next door, 2 down, she came out with her dogs. And so like I introduced him to her, and then we were talking, and so he was real friendly to Walter and Otis. I said, are you guys dog people? He's like, we don't have one. He was like, but I want one. He's like, my wife said that we can get one now because we're moving into a new. I was like, he's like, they're so friendly. He was like, they were like, Otis was, he's like, this little guy is so friendly. Walter is a little, like, stands back a little bit, but he was like, so he was real friendly with them. I think it's going to be great. I came inside, it was like, do you want to go outside? Because he was getting ready to leave. I said to Alex, and Alex was like changing and stuff like that. He was like, no, I can meet him this week. because he was getting ready to leave. And he was like, Alex was like, what are they like? I was like, he was super nice. He was super, super friendly. Like, a lot of people when they move in here, they're super friendly too, the new people over there. So, I don't know. They're going to be my pool people. They're at the pool every single day. I didn't ask them if they're pool people, but I hope they are. I want a crowd full of pool people, honey. We're going to go to the pool every day. It's going to be so much fun. So, they're moving in this week. So, it'll be fun. It'll be exciting. We'll see how that goes. My old neighbors, I haven't heard from them yet about getting the stuff from the garage. But I told them, I said, no hurry. We can hold on to it for months if you need us to. So, anyway. Well, I'm going to get off here now. Oh, did she ever tell us who her favorite mobster was? Let's see. Ah, my glasses are so cold. Honey, the land. Isn't it funny that she has a favorite mobster? Probably Lucky Luciano, she said. I don't even know who that is. Look, I'm going to tell her, not Lucky Santangelo, because that was Lucky from Jackie Collins' books. Not Lucky. She'll say, this is where Mel can sometimes be very literal. She'll say, you said real, not fictional. Watch, not Lucky Santangelo. I bet you anything, she will say, you said real, not fictional. Now I gotta wait for the response. She's probably crocheting. Every time I text her, she's probably like, I gotta put my crocheting needles down, and I gotta like move the dogs just so I can respond to this idiot. Oh my Lord, I almost spilled that coffee everywhere. We love those Lucky books by Jackie Collins. She read like that whole Jackie Collins thing. Well, I'll let you guys know tomorrow if I remember what she said. She'll just probably LOL anyway. I'm gonna get off here because I'm getting cold and those beanies do not fit. Maybe they'll fit on. Alex is not a beanie person. I'm trying to think of who's a beanie person. Oh, you know what? These might fit Nick, Tanya's son. I should give those to Tanya. I'll give them to Tanya. Anyway, all right, you guys. I'm going to get off here now. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. And if you want to see my review of Heated Rivalry, it's over on my TV channel. I also posted a drama video today. I'll probably film some videos tomorrow as well. And other than that, I'm just going to relax and stuff. So, hey, how are you? I hope you guys are having, that little dog has a little sweater on, a little red sweater. He's so cute. Hope you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. And I love you, Lena. Happy birthday, Lena. And then the new people are like, who is Lena? There's a whole video explaining it out there. Anyway, I don't know where it is, somewhere. I love you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.